spoken word artist who is from DC and has literally written thousands of songs and plays and created art since he was in 7th grade. And I want you to think about what he's saying and how it connects below the green line.
The first poem is called Reason. My eyes cry for children who can't produce tears. How terrible to need to cry, but your body has no nutrients to allow it. I bleed for those who wrongly bled all over the new khakis their mother bought for them. How sad to bury your seed 6 feet in the soil before you ever had a chance to grow. My heart beats for fathers whose hearts stop to the sound of their daughters crying. A man put his hand on his little girl. He told me he's going to kill him. My soul goes out to every soul I couldn't save. I'm sorry. How could I ever save you if I couldn't save myself? I'm human. I'm human. The same phrase used when faced with your own self-destruction, self-taught. The condition was fear. My mother loves the weak for humanity. I used to ask her why. Why should we subject ourselves to misery for others? She said because we're connected. We all speak the same language. I told her I speak English. She said, no, child, speak love. I told her I learned Arabic. She said, no, child, learn patience. I told her I studied Spanish. She said, no, child, study the art. I said, how? She said, Islam. The angels on my shoulders are singing sweet hymns of freedom. Someone tell the devil his phone calls will go unanswered. Someone tell God I'm weeping like my mother for people I've never met. Because if I don't cry for them, then who will? If my heart doesn't beat for them, then who will hear them? If I don't bleed for them, then who will see their pain? If our souls don't feel for them, then are we human? God's creation, descendants of Adam. Change isn't the factor. Change is the reason. And is that all that humanity is ever fighting for? Reason. And it's called I Don't Need a Hero. At this moment right now, there is a child with a stomach filled with air and broken dreams. Right down the street from her, there are families who throw away more food than they consume. Next winter, she'll die under the same bridge she called home, and you won't notice. Her last words, I don't need a hero. At this moment right now, there is a mother still mourning her son never rising over her horizon again. He was carrying his cell phone. The officer thought it was a gun. I'm sorry. He matched the description as if an apology makes up for playing the role of God. By the end of the year, many names on the list of colored graduates will be replaced by social media hashtags. Hashtag this, I don't need a hero. At this moment right now, a newly born child is being ripped away from his mother. His mother, a product of a system we never fixed, mentally unstable, jaded, addicted, confused. CPS wouldn't even contact the family of this child, breaking the rules, ignoring all reasons and placing him in foster care, where children who look like him go missing. Where children who look like him are stripped of their own identity. His mother shattered, whispering under her breath, I don't need a hero. And honestly, at this moment right now, we don't need any heroes, no fairy tales of white knights and pumpkin carriages. We have to save ourselves collectively, but respectively. Clout has us so ambitiously aiming to be a celebrity, but when you truly care, attention is the last thing you see. No, instead, you think of these moments. You think of how changing policy in society could put something into motion. And to those who oppose change and are idly going through the motions, this isn't emotion, this is devotion. Because one day I could be a moment. My mother could be under a bridge freezing to death in a moment. My nephew could be shot on the block without any hesitation in a moment. My sister could be mistreated and attacked in a moment. I could lose a child in a moment, feel your pain in a moment, lose the game in a moment, because we all share these moments. So will you speak about change or will you make it? Lift the darkness from this world and raise all your voices. And when all is done and your soul is finally ran out of your choices, ask yourself, when you finally retired from your purpose, was it worth it? At this moment right now, we don't need any heroes. We need people. We need truth. We need liberty. We need courage. We need each other in this moment. The last poem is about equity. E, to be earnest, earning all an equal place in life, eluding all injustice, emulated from endeavors that aren't right, to extol those who oppose the wrongs and work to bring the light, and exonerate the innocent who are accused of the most evilest of crimes. Q, to be qualified to cast judgment without jeopardizing faith, no calms when balancing the lives of those others in your way, for quality over quantity, quenching any selfish flames, a quirk that teaches you how to quit more quizzical days. You, to be united regardless of ethnicity, color, or faith, unassuming the backgrounds of those you meet every day, unbiased when extending your hand to help and save, unbridled when it comes to speaking out or making real change. I, to be ingenious in all rights, idealistic during the darkest of times, implicit when it's time to stand up for what's right, inciting the right fights so the wars we endure save lives and difference. May that quality never drain us of our minds. T, to be tactful and exchanging in every conversation, tangible so that the work we do can truly raise a nation, thrive no matter the problems that you and I seem to find. Tranquility, a sense of self I pray we all can equally find. Why? To yield to our hearts over the trends and times. If a child looks you in your eyes, it will uncover the lies. Why? To ask why? Why has it taken so long for us to reform what's wrong and produce something right? And what's obtuse is how we abridge the truth, but these bridges built leave us without unity, dissolved in groups, unable to focus on the isosceles, so lost in the philosophies. We tell the youth we are their friends when we treat them like they're Socrates. Children feeling neglected and miseducation, an extension of what we conceive. Maybe just a smile and cheese, a chance for them to have a family, a better system to instill in them so that we can turn I into we. Even illness become wellness if you start to focus on the important things. Instead of being impartial to the scenes in the world that we choose not to see, we turn our eyes to children losing their lives, humanity simply. What a conundrum to only worry about a child's mind if that mind is connected to mine. It takes a village to raise a child, no child left behind. But we pillage the villages for their resources and left every child behind. You cannot take a people's peace and then expect them to carry a peace of mind. This peace in me is peace for you, but false peace is only created when you decide to blind your sight and close your eyes, ignore the screams of nursery rhymes like Humpty Dumpty cracked his crown, the doctors couldn't heal him. The bill was high to fix his crown, his parents couldn't pay him. Humpty's crown continued to break, the world was silent and seated, until one day Humpty fell and died from lack of treatment. But maybe if we had the room to save the youth like we wanted to, policies for family, focus on a better means, poverty can make an honest man do the worst of things. Every year, 800,000 children end up missing in the streets. Extortion to the highest level, leaving tragedy on repeat. We have to choose to put our ones underneath their knees. Don't allow individuality to destroy the family. And if poverty doesn't kill them, then they grow to become monsters. There's no honor in filling all these poor sons and daughters, mothers, burying children, all these miniature caskets. The focus isn't on the poor, it's on the highest bracket. CPS are filling us, foster youth are all abandoned, and discarding your change into a cup. It's not a real solution. So what would you do if your child came to you with an empty mind and stomach? You would assure them of their safety, provide them love and sustenance, assure that the education system that they're in is aiding in their growth, and they would have the equal game when it came to any soul. Attention and assurance is all the youth really knows, and this is a common factor that goes all around the globe. See, the only way to solve these problems is with proper unity. And usually it's difficult to build community, but foolishly we let our soul get taken up by greed, making bargains with the devil, forget the children, follow me. The only way to solve these problems is with proper unity, having hope for better days and strengthening our beliefs. So hopefully we build a better world for kids to dream, because peace cannot exist without some equity.